So where did all the multiple offers go when you're looking at the real estate market here in Kelowna or Canada or the United States and pretty much the rest of the world? Well, in this video, I'm looking at the death to the bidding wars and the birth to the begging wars. So when you're looking at the real estate market, normally as an investment, you want to look at it over the long term. And oftentimes if I'll talk to potential home buyers, people, and just trying to get an idea, people that are looking to purchase a house and see how long they plan to stay there. What is their exit strategy? Do they plan to be there for 5, 10, 15 years? Or obviously life circumstances, things can change in a heartbeat, but what are their intentions of that property? Or is it just a temporary house or condo or apartment where maybe they're looking to flip it in a couple of years? So we're gonna look at different type of properties for different type of people and really protect the investment. If you're looking for a property that you wanna buy right now that's ready to go and you're not gonna put any work into it and it's a brand new, beautiful property, well, you're gonna pay a little bit of a higher premium if you do plan to sell it in a year or two, because right now we are seeing the pendulum swinging right now. Interest rates, we don't know what the interest rates are going to be in a year. We don't know what they're going to be in 2 years. We don't know what the real estate market is going to be in a year or two. But statistically, over the long term, over the 5, 10, 15 years, especially here in the Okanagan, the real estate has done pretty well. And so it's, if you look at real estate for the long term, you should benefit. Especially real estate is a hedge against the inflation. So it is a good hedge against inflation to have some of your money tied up in real estate, but you also don't want to be making uneducated decisions. So everybody's decision to purchase something is going to be different from one to the next type of thing. Whether now is a good time to buy or maybe 2 years is a good time to buy. It's really going to depend on your exit strategy and what you plan to do long term. Also looking at it right now, it's not really comparable. It's very comparable to the amount you'd be paying right now in the Okanagan. We'll see if anything changes there, but there's so much demand for housing here in the Okanagan that it is tough. The rents are pretty much the equivalent to owning a house. So it's one of the seesaw battle, which one is outweighing which. And obviously home ownership comes with additional costs and expenses, and that's not something you're ready to take on, then maybe it's time to sit out and just see where things go. But you're also looking to, if that's up your alley and maybe you want to find a property that could use a little bit of work, put some lipstick on it, fix it up, and you could eventually get that active appreciation so you can actually come out in the long term. If you do it if you want to sell in 5 years and you do some active appreciation, you can really make a big difference in your pocketbook. So first things off, and everybody's probably aware by now, really what has changed? Well, it's the interest rates that have really changed everything in the real estate market. So the interest rates have gone up significantly. The last rate increase was a full percent. And now we're looking at maybe a potential another increase of another percent there, depending on what the inflationary pressures look like for Canada and job rates and how many job losses there are. So there is definitely a risk with the higher interest rates going forward with employment issues, but that's really the main reason why things have changed. And now we're not seeing as many people competing on offers, and now buyers are we're seeing months of inventory move from what it was last year. I have another video of this just looking earlier this week, just looking at the July real estate market for 2022. And we look at the months of inventory, and it went from, February, there's months of inventory in certain regions of, 1.5 months of inventory. Now for the overall market, for single family homes, we're looking at months of inventory of 10 months of inventory. So the pendulum is really swinging to the other side here and really in favor of the buyers now. So it's the death to the bidding wars. So the buyers are no longer bidding on offers, and birth to the begging war. So sellers now are begging for people just to make an offer on their property. Take a look at it, especially the motivated ones, the ones that have to sell. Maybe they've already found a place to go, or maybe financially they're stressed somewhere else. So if you are a buyer, there are pretty good options out there of different motivated sellers type of thing. So you can still make an educated decision, and you can maybe get it at a decent price than what you would have been getting it even 3 months from now type of thing. So don't necessarily, if you are in the market, there are some good deals to have, but definitely, take it with everything with a grain of salt and be patient in this marketplace. If you are just looking to buy, if you're looking to buy and sell, maybe we got to balance a couple items first and get the home listed and know what we can kind of get with it on your house. Because what we're seeing is, even though what sold 30 days ago, the market has changed so much that a comparable sale, similar to what we saw 2 years ago when the interest bidding wars really were a thing, the pendulum is really swinging the other way. So 2 years ago, the comparables didn't really make a matter because people were going to pay whatever they're willing to pay for a property. But now we're seeing it happen the other way, where the pendulum has swung the other way. They're not necessarily getting the house that they want. They're really waiting, and it's not how much they're willing to pay, but now it's how much are they willing to wait for the price point to come down. So that's really where the real estate market is at currently. All right, so what happened to the real estate market? We went from last year, around the same time here, there's properties that were listed at the 1.2 million range, and it sold for $2,450,000. This is a development property in Rutland. So a property that was listed at 1.2 million in Rutland. If you know anything about Kelowna, Rutland, it's a nice affordable area. So it doesn't really beg high ticket prices and multiple offers on it. There is a little bit of redevelopment in the property, but that is just showing what the real estate market did. So 1.2 million, it was what it was listed at. I was anticipating it going for 1.5 ish, but it ended up going for $2,450,000 subject free offer. So that was just months ago, less than a year ago that had sold. And now we're in a position right now in the real estate market where, it seems like sellers are almost begging for people to take their offers. We're seeing price reductions of 100,000, 200,000. We're seeing multiple motivated price reductions happening. So what happened to it? So I'm just going to highlight really quickly and just jump right into it. What's really happening in the real estate market and where we go from there. All right, so there is the death to the bidding wars and the birth to the begging wars. Might see sellers coming out of the woodworks here, but months of inventory is going up. Townhouses is about 5.5 months rather of inventory. Apartments is right around the same thing, about 5.46. And so we are looking at an issue where, things are moving towards the buyers. So sellers, if you're a motivated seller, it's important right now to price your home accordingly and be more aggressive with it. And if you aren't getting the attraction you're looking for and you need to sell, it's better to do it now and make those adjustments as sooner than later, even significant adjustments, to be able to get it to beat the curve and beat the curve down. And you don't want to be chasing the market down. You want to get ahead of it and price it accordingly. All right, and again, people calling us every day here looking to move here to the Okanagan. So if that sounds like you, or maybe you're in the Okanagan right now and you're looking to buy, sell, you have questions about the real estate market, reach out. That's what I'm here for. I have your back.